Hello everyone, my name is Hyun-Sung Mo. My student number is 25. Today I want to introduce a career's features. The career that I chose is a dentist. The first feature is daily routine and duty. A dentist is a doctor that deals with tooth problems such as tooth decay. The daily routines of this profession are various. According to a book, if you work as a paid doctor in dentist, not only can you set up your hospital, but also you can sign a waiver contract with the huge hospital and get paid. But if you prefer to become a dental specialist, you work in a hospital and go through several courses such as an intern and a resident. Also, a dental specialist read and write a number of medical papers about this. Besides these routines, doctors have duties. Doctors should read or think about the Hippocratic Oath. It is the oath of ethics doctors should keep. The second feature is about qualification. To become a dentist, several things must be required. First, you have to enter the medical college and achieve a master's degree in dentistry. Second, you should be good at understanding the broad issues of dental care. Third, you must have a wide range of technical knowledge for research and tools. Fourth, you must be bilingual in Korean and English. Fifth, you must pass the National Medical Licensing exam. Lastly, you should have nice counseling skills. The third feature is benefits. There are many benefits of this career. According to 2019 Korean Job Information of Korea Employment Information Service, the satisfaction of this job ranked first, and the average salaries of this job was about 53 billions won. These figures are high enough. Also, you can work in a military as a military doctor. Korean male should join the military and life there is very difficult. But if you work as a military doctor, you can get paid higher than normal soldiers and you don't get much trained. Moreover, if you're healthy, you actually don't have a retirement age. Doctors can retire whenever they want, so they are less worried about elderly poverty. The first feature is suitability. I think these two types of characteristics would be suitable for dentists. One characteristic is responsibility, and the other one is perseverance. Responsibility is important because our doctors must to treat patients well, and the process of becoming a doctor is very difficult, so perseverance is required. To sum up, most of the dentists' daily life is to set up a hospital, see patients, and their duty is to keep their ethics as a doctor. Being a dentist requires a number of conditions, typically including a degree in dentistry and an understanding of dental care. However, there are three advantages of this job: high salaries, military doctors, and free retirement. Even so, there are two important things to pursue and maintain this job: responsibility and perseverance. I think that being a dentist may be hard, but it can give us a lot of benefits such as money, satisfaction, and I will become a dentist and treat many people's teeth without getting sick. Thank you for listening.
Hello, I'm Baek Jin-seo and my student number is 9. I'm going to talk about a job as a pharmaceutical researcher. It may be an unfamiliar job, but you can think that pharmaceutical researchers contribute a lot when you take your medicine. Daily routines of this job are to develop a new medicine or compound. Having a special effect on life is discovered. A candidate compound is designed based on the principle and synthesized to confirm the biological function or activity of the compound, and it researches and develops antiviral medicines and raw materials for medicines. In addition, it researches and develops new medicines by analyzing antibiotics medicines that act selectively directly on hospital microorganisms or neuroorganisms. Education, degree, and skills required for this career are as follows. You must know biology and natural science as a whole, and logic, reasoning, and observation are required to understand and apply natural laws and scientific research methods. And it has to graduate from College of Biology or Chemistry or Pharmacy. It also requires a master's degree or higher in biology or chemistry or pharmacy. It requires curiosity and inquiry. It should be interested in and passionate about living organisms and life phenomena. In patient meticulousness and details are required to withstand long-term experiments and analysis. I'm sure you're curious about the benefits of the career. There are three main benefits of this career. First, it has a high sense of accomplishment because of working on creating new medicines that haven't existed before. Second, the field of biology is receiving great attention around the world, so the job outlook is bright. Lastly, a pharmaceutical researcher is in a unique position to help people with health-related issues. So, who would be interested in this career? A person interested in biology and chemistry would be interested in this career, and a person with an inquisitive personality would be interested in the career. To sum up, a pharmaceutical researcher is a career in researching and developing new medicines. To become a pharmaceutical researcher, one must have knowledge of biology and natural science as a whole, and logic, reasoning, and observation are required to understand and apply natural laws and scientific research methods. In addition, it requires a spirit of inquiry and curiosity about new things, and requires patient meticulousness and detail to endure long-term experiments and analysis. The benefits of pharmaceutical research are that it can help others with a high sense of accomplishment, great prospects, and others. A person with an inquisitive personality would be interested in this career. Thank you for listening to my presentation.
Hello, my name is Owen Park and my student number is 8. If someone is hurt or sick, they go to the hospital and see a doctor. However, pets cannot go to human hospitals, so where should they go and who can they get treatment from? Yes, I would like to introduce you to the profession of a small animal veterinarian. Veterinarians do a lot of work in veterinary hospitals, and it can be divided into three categories. The first is medical care, diagnosing and treating pets suffering from wounds or diseases. Second, it is to manage and record the animals interested to them so that they do not get sick. Finally, since most of they are self-employed or work in private hospitals, they must sell and promote to maintain their hospitals. Next, I will tell you about the skills and qualifications required to become a veterinarian. Basically, after graduating 2 years of free veterinary studies and 4 years of veterinary studies at a university, they must pass the national examination to obtain a veterinary license. After that, they go through a period of residency of several years, learning and practicing the skills they really need before they can work formally. Because patients of veterinarians are animals and they cannot express human-like expressions, the ability to accurately and quickly diagnose what kind of wounds and disease they have is demanded. Also, due to the nature of the job, they may be exposed to a lot of emergencies. Therefore, they must be able to act calmly and alertly in an emergency without panic or agitation. These days, in particular, sales skills, public relations, and the ability to deal with regulars are necessary because the veterinarians specializing in company animals are increasingly oversaturated. Now, let's take a look at some of the attractive points of this job. If you like animals, then you can certainly take great pleasure in treating them. In other words, this job can give you satisfaction and pride as the reward of saving a life. Another advantage of being a small animal veterinarian is that it's an expert. Because you have your own area of expertise, you can decide when to retire at your own pace, avoiding risk factors such as job insecurity, and continue to earn about a certain level of income while you work. In addition, the employment rate itself is quite high, and at the same time, it is a job that ranks high in terms of income and prospects. From the perspective of the future, as the number of single-person houses increases, the number of people who own pets also increases, and the market is growing too. Nevertheless, there is a disadvantage that the work is harder and more difficult than imagined. Therefore, those who chose this profession should not take on the challenge lightly. It also requires patience to endure for a long time, as it can be difficult to make money in the early days after getting a license. However, if you have a bright and sharp personality, time working with animals is rather fun and rewarding. To help you understand, I will summarize. A veterinarian is a profession that treats and cares for animals. They must have at least 6 years of university study and residence. The advantage is that you can get close to animals, and the disadvantage is that you have to be close to animals as well. I highly appreciate the future of this profession and recommend it to people who are confident they will not give up. Lastly, the awareness of veterinarians is not good, so I hope that from now on everyone will have respect for their hard work. Thank you for listening to me.